Okay, this video will be similar to the last video I did. Some of the operations are going to be a little bit different, but you can use mathematics to guess the change that a person has in his or her pocket. And we'll assume that it's, say, in pennies. So if it has less than $1, say 50 cents, say 50 pennies. If it's more than $1, say $1.50, we'll call it 150, and so forth. Or you can just tell a person to think of a number and give a range, and we're assuming it'll be a whole number, so we'll avoid decimals and fractions and so forth. Okay, so what I'm going to do is show you how you can use the mathematics to solve this type of problem, or guess the change that a person has in the pocket. And then I'll show you how it works, or why it works mathematically. So let's just assume that you ask a person how much to find out how much change they have in their pocket, or pick a number, and they don't tell you what it is, but you simply say, okay, take that amount of change and multiply it by 5. Or I'm sorry, add 5 to it. So I'm going to use the calculator. You don't have to, but say 96, suppose it's 97 is the amount of change, or the number they picked. So we're going to add 5 to that. So add 5 plus 5. Okay, we get 102. And then the next step is to multiply. This is what you'll be doing, right? Multiply the result of the previous step by 5. So I'll hit the times here. 5. And we'll get 510. And then it says double the previous result. So multiply that by 2. So 510 times 2 is 1020. And then you add your favorite digit to this amount, 0 to 9. So I'm just going to say 9. So I'm going to add 9 to that. Okay. And of course, these are the operations the person will be doing. Okay. All you'll be interested in is the final result. Okay. So I added, the person added the favorite digit, and it was a 9. And then they're supposed to add 10 to that. Okay. Now, in the digit they pick, whether it's 0 through 9, it's always going to be the last number in this. Okay, so this is the result. So to get the amount of change they have, or the number they were thinking of, or the number they selected, we're going to ignore the units digit, which in this case is 9, which turns out to be their favorite digit. Okay, so we're going to ignore it. So what that basically is doing is dividing this number by 10. So we get 103.9, and then we disregard the 0.9, okay, and we look at the 103, and then to get the final result, we subtract 6 from that. So subtracting 6 from 103 gives me the 97, which is the number. Okay, so that's the way the procedure works. You ask the person to determine the change that they have, the money change they have in their pocket, or they can just pick a number and not tell you the number, and then they perform these operations. You tell them what to do step by step, and then all you'll be interested in is the final result, and then whatever they give you, you just ignore the last units digit, which in this case is 9, and you get 103 in this particular case. Subtract 6 and you get the result. Now the reason it works is because it's set up that way. Okay, so here's what here are the steps. So I'm going to let C equal to the amount of change. That's the money they have in their pocket, or the number they selected. Okay, and then the steps were you add 5 to the value or the number, so C plus 5, and then it says you multiply that by 5. So 5 times C is 5C, and 5 times 5 is 25. There you have it. And then it said double that result. Okay, so multiply this result by 2. 2 times 5C is 10C. 2 times 25 is 50. There you have it. And then they're supposed to add their favorite digit from 0 through 9. So this U will represent either 0, 1, 2, or 9, and so forth. And there you have it. And then the next step was you were supposed to add 10 to that. Okay, so I'll add the 10 to the 50 and I get 10c plus 60. Okay, plus the u. And then I went ahead and wrote the 60 as 10 times 6. And then I factored that out. So over here in the next step, I get 10 times, in parentheses, c plus 6. And then there's my u. That's the digit, which in this particular example, this corresponds to the 9. And then it said to disregard the last digit. That is the units digit. So by doing that, you're actually dividing by 10. So ignore the u, divide by 10 here, and that leaves me with c plus 6. Okay, c plus 6 corresponds to the last value that I had, where I subtracted 6 from that, the 103. And here it is. So this c plus 6 corresponds then to the 103 that I got in that final result. And the reason we subtract 6 is obvious, because it's c plus 6 is what I wind up with, and the answer, of course, is c. That's the change, or the number they've selected, depending on how you what you ask them. Subtracting the 6 gives me c, which is the result. Okay, so this is the mathematics as to why it works. Again, as usual, please subscribe to the channel and post any suggestions you have for future tutorials. In the next video, I'll probably post the solution to the gold nugget problem that I posed in the I guess earlier video called Test Your IQ. And then I want to continue after that with math tutorials. So again, we'll see you in the next video.